Hey there, ever found yourself in the middle of a massive network outage or system failure and wished you had a clear plan? We've all been there, and it can be stressful, right? But what if I told you that with the right incident response plan, you could minimize downtime, restore services quickly, and even prevent the issue from happening again? Welcome to Bluehat Cybersec Academy. In this session, we are going to discuss incident response and escalation, how to handle those major outages, the communication skills you need, and the ITIL framework that can make it all run smoothly. Whether you're an IT pro or just starting in the field, these strategies are vital for anyone managing or working in a network environment. Understanding major outages. What happens when systems fail? Let's kick things off by looking at how to handle major outages when they hit. We all know downtime is a big deal, but the key is to respond quickly and, just as importantly, prevent the issue from happening again. So, how do you make sure things run smoothly when the pressure's on? The first thing you want to do when an outage happens is detect it as quickly as possible. This is where tools like SIEM systems, network monitoring tools, and application performance monitors come in. They'll alert you as soon as something goes wrong, giving your team a head start. Once you've detected the issue, you need to prioritize it. This means categorizing the incident based on severity, which ITIL helps you with. Whether it's critical, high, medium, or low, understanding the level of urgency is key to focusing your resources where they're needed most. Root cause analysis, RCA. The key to long-term fixes now. Once you've got things back up and running, don't just stop there. It's crucial to dive into root cause analysis, RCA. Why did this happen in the first place? Was it a hardware failure, a software bug, or maybe something simple like human error? By identifying the root cause, you can apply long-term fixes and reduce the risk of this happening again in the future. Recovery and continuity plans. How to prepare for the worst. But getting everything back online is only part of the equation. What happens if something like this happens again? That's where your recovery and continuity plans come in. Having a failover system, for example, allows you to quickly switch to backup systems if things go south. Disaster recovery, or DR, plans can restore your systems completely, and business continuity ensures that, even if the worst happens, critical services remain operational. Now that we've covered how to handle major outages, let's talk about something equally important: communication. During an incident, effective communication can really make or break your response efforts. Whether you're talking to your internal team, upper management, or customers, you need to tailor the message to each group. First, let's think about how to communicate with your internal teams. You need to give them clear, detailed information about what's broken, what's being done to fix it, and any updates along the way. For management, they don't need all the technical details, but they do need to know things like how the outage is affecting the business, how long it's expected to last, and what's being done to resolve it. Then, we have to think about customers and end users. This is where clarity and transparency become absolutely crucial. While they might not care about the technical details, they want to know what's happening, when they can expect a fix, and what steps you're taking to prevent this in the future. Keep them updated regularly, even if it's just to say, "We're working on it, and we'll have an update soon." Once the issue is resolved, don't just walk away. Post-incident communication is just as important. For your customers, send out updates explaining what happened, how it was fixed, and what you're doing to prevent future issues. And for your internal teams, take the time to review what went well and what could have been improved. This post-incident review, or PR, is your chance to learn from the experience and refine your processes for next time. Speaking of working with your internal teams, team collaboration is crucial during an incident. You don't want to waste time chasing information or duplicating efforts, so it's important to have tools in place that keep everyone on the same page. Collaboration platforms like Slack, Microsoft Teams, or even Jira can help you coordinate efforts, keep track of progress, and streamline communication. So, now that we've covered handling outages and communication, let's take a step back and talk about ITIL, a framework that can really help structure and guide your incident management efforts. ITIL is all about best practices, and it's a great way to ensure your incident response is both efficient and effective. The ITIL incident management process begins as soon as an incident is detected. First, you log it in your incident management system. This includes details like when it happened, what systems were affected, and who's on it. From there, you classify and prioritize the incident based on its severity, making sure that the most critical issues get attention first. Next comes investigation and diagnosis. Your team will work to pinpoint the root cause of the issue. Once you've done that, It's time to implement a resolution and recovery plan. After you've restored service, you formally close the incident and document everything for future reference. But don't forget about the post-incident review, or PIR. It's essential to assess what went well, what didn't, and how you can improve next time. To make sure everything runs smoothly, ITIL also defines specific roles. The incident manager oversees the entire process, ensuring it aligns with business objectives. The service desk team is your first line of defense, logging incidents and providing initial support. The technical support team dives into diagnosing and fixing the issue, while the problem manager ensures long-term fixes are implemented to prevent recurrence. What's really great about ITIL is its emphasis on continuous improvement. Every incident is an opportunity to improve your process. Whether it's refining workflows, implementing new tools, or updating your training, you're always looking for ways to get better. To track your progress, you'll also want to measure your incident response efforts. Things like mean time to detect and mean time to resolve will give you insights into how efficiently you're handling incidents. You'll also want to track incident volume to understand how often issues are happening and what their impact is on your operations. So, here's the bottom line. When an incident strikes, having a solid response plan and a structured approach like ITIL makes all the difference. Not only can you minimize downtime and restore services quickly, but you'll also learn from each incident and make your processes even better for next time. And remember, incident response is a team effort. The more prepared you are, the faster you can bounce back. Keep learning, keep improving, and stay ready for whatever comes next. Thanks for watching Bluehat Cybersec Academy. If this video added value to your day, give it a like, share it with someone who could benefit, and subscribe for more practical networking and cybersecurity content from Bluehat Cybersec Academy. Drop a comment. We'd love to hear how you're applying these concepts in your own environment. See you next time. Stay curious, stay secure, and keep building networks that actually work.